can't sing.
No, I don't think so. Good morning, welcome. I'm Olivia. This is my SilverSneakers Flex chair yoga class. Welcome. Let's get started. Okay. Sit on back against the back of your seat. If you have one thought right now, let's make it peace, all right? Calm. Bring it down. Bring it down. Let your eyes drift shut, drift closed. Your shoulders release away from your ears. Breathe in that calm. Exhale that chaos. And allow yourself a peaceful journey. Make sure your biting teeth have unclenched. Take that deep breath. Take maybe the deepest one you've taken and the longest exhale you've taken. And then open the eyes. And let's move out to the edge of the seat. Permission granted. All right. Okay, feet right underneath. Your knees right there. So get that squared up right. Yeah. A little shoulder roll back, like the heart lift, and let's breathe right into this heart space. So feel the front of the body lift. Then we're going to breathe into the right side of your body. 2 breaths. So draw your attention to just coming underneath the arm right there. And then let's switch to the left side and breathe kind of underneath the armpit there. And for the very last one, we're going to breathe into the back ribs. You may want to slide your hands forward towards the kneecaps there. A little dome in the upper body, and then fill the rib cage in the back. All right, then come on back up. Sit up nice and tall. Tip the head over to the right. Drop the chin towards your chest. And come up over on the other side. And let's just take this semicircle in the front. My fear is if we lift the head up too much, we cram those cervical vertebrae. So I'm always very conscious about that. And one more time. All right, let your head lift atop your shoulders, and we will take a little bit of a lift of the chin. And then a little tuck of the chin towards that little notch in your throat. Again, a little lift. And you decide how high you want to take the gaze here. It's up to you, depending on the range of motion in your neck. We don't move through pain. We just would move to the resistance, and then drop. One more time. Let's keep the neck, the head up wherever it is, and then we're going to bounce over to the right shoulder and back to that center spot, and then bounce to the left shoulder and that center spot. All right. And again. One more time, and then come back and just let the head rest atop your shoulders. All right, arms go long right here, and I'm going to turn the palms to my torso, because first thing I'm going to do, so I'm going to point the shoulder heads towards the front of the room, or front of your imaginary box right here, front corners, and then let them just roll back to the back corners of your imaginary box. Right, so just roll them, I'm not going to lift them, I'm just rolling them right through. Maybe the knuckles will press forward, and maybe the knuckles will press back. So it's a little bit of stretch in the chest, but it's also about range of motion around your shoulder. Shoulder's a pretty amazing joint. And one more time. And back. And then just bring the shoulders right back to that neutral position. Let's shrug them, and then push them right back down, 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 down. And I like to take my fingers up and fingers back down. Our fingers out to the side. And pull them up and down. One more time. And down. All right. And we'll just cross the hands in front and then out to the sides. Bring them across the midline and then out to the side. Looking at rotation in your shoulder a bit, as well as some adduction across the body. And again. One more time. All right, and let's take them out to the side and sort of down like as if you were flying. Okay, and then we're going to rotate this right hand to the ceiling, and let's look down towards the palm. Right? And then as we come back to the center, we'll rotate the other hand, tuck the chin, look down towards the palm so that the thumb goes to the back wall and you're looking at the crease of the elbow right there, and back to the other side. Holding the arms firm, letting the fingers press away from the shoulder. And then again, same thing. And one more time on this side. Oh yeah, we have to be even, so we have to go the other side as well. Go down. And back to the center. Bring the hands to the heart. Now, gently lift the elbows, and then let the elbows come together. Same thing, gently lift the elbows and heel. The hands may come apart, that's okay. And again, one more time. And right back. And then come back to what feels good to you right here. Maybe a little bit of a stretch, it's up to you entirely. Point the fingers forward and then draw them back towards your heart. It's a little rotation. And then again, forward and back. One more time. Forward and back. And then push away. All right, deep breath in. We're going to forward fold. Tuck the chin, look underneath the chair for a minute, and then halfway rise. Let the heart come forward. Reach into chair pose. And all the way up, deep breath. You turn to the left and let right. And let the arms float down. So I want you to keep this, what arm is this? Left arm. Left arm straight and looking to the right wall. Okay, keep that arm straight. I'm just holding onto my leg with my thigh, or holding onto my thigh with my hand. All right, and then I'm going to release that right arm, coming back to the center. Now keep this arm straight here. We're going to take this little baby arc over. I'm using this for a little bit of support here. And then release, pull that elbow down. We go again, keeping that arm straight. Otherwise, I don't want you to hinge forward. I want you to stay nice and tall here and down. One more time, nice and tall and down. All right, slide that hand through. We go the other way. So let's add this twist first, looking to the left wall. Okay, and this right hand is right there on my thigh, kind of grabbing hold of it right there. And then this left arm's going to come up and over. Keep that right arm straight. Pull it right back down. I can't see you there. So, and again, lifting up and down. One more time. Lift up and down. And then let's just roll the shoulders around. One more time. Okay. Hands together right here. Breathe into the back ribs. And then exhale, elbows point to the back wall. Same thing again, breathe into the back ribs, tuck your chin if you'd like. And exhale. One more time, so we stretch across the back, really stretch. And then stretch across the chest. Now stay here. We're going to breathe into the heart. And exhale this way. Breathe into the heart. And exhale. Stay here. Breathe into the back. And then exhale. Like you're squeezing the shoulder blades together. Back. Exhale. One more time. And exhale. Reach to the ceiling. Thumbs together and then exhale. So we call that airport scanner. Reaching up and down. Up and down. All right, from here, extend to the back. I'm going to hinge forward at the hips. Squeezing the shoulder blades in. That belly is pulled in. Knuckles to the ceiling, palms to the ground. And I'm simply going to swing my arms forward, come into chair pose. So looking the same. Yeah. Swing back into airplane. Work in the back here. Bringing the gaze maybe 4 feet in front. And then as you come up, maybe the gaze comes right straight up. All right, look. About 4 feet in front. The idea is to have the crown of the spine as long as you can. So the crown of the head is as long as it can be away from the tailbone. One more time. And reach forward. Let's lift all the way up. And up comes that right leg. All right, little circle in the ankle first. I found my way to the tip of the sit bones. I'm going to leg out to the side. Now try to keep everything still in the body. All right. And you do that by pulling in the abdominal muscles. Yeah. You can try it without the hand as well. Keep that body as still as you can. One more. All right. And let's go down to the ground and clean. Surprisingly, this floor is cleaner than it has been for a while. And right to the front, toe to the ceiling. All right, we're going to hinge a little bit. I'm going to put a little micro bend in that knee. About 90 degrees, you'll really feel that lengthen down the back of the leg. And then let the heart move forward. Yeah, nice. Let's just try this. Depending on the strength in your back, you're going to pull that navel in towards your spine. And then maybe we'll release that other hand. It's up to you. Nice. Let the fingers stretch far from the tailbone. And come all the way back up. Up comes the other leg. Wiggle the ankle, wiggle the toes, circle the ankle. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, and then we'll take this rotation once again. Head over heart over pelvis, belly pulled in. And then maybe try it without a hand. Holding nice and still. Make it look easy. Nice. All right, one more time. And then let's brush this leg out. Holding nice and still as well. One more. All right, and right to the front, toe to the ceiling. Put a little bend in that knee as much as you need. And with that straight spine, we're going to hinge forward. Feel those hamstring spine. Lengthen the back of the leg. Heart moving forward. Okay, I'm going to keep my right hand there for a moment. And then maybe extend. This is entirely up to you. You can stay right there. Or extend the other arm because you're pulling that belly in to support the back. And then let the fingers find their way from the tailbone. So I'm going to put the tailbone back towards the ground, towards the chair. All right. Breathe deep. Lift up nice and tall. Circle sweep. All the way back up. Hands to the heart. Let's rise up. Feet underneath. Here we go. And right into mountain pose. So heels come right underneath the sit bones. Right here. I have to pull mine in just a little bit. Little micro bend in the legs right here. Close the eyes if you want to, if that feels good. Otherwise, just find a focal point straight ahead that's not moving and come to some stillness. All right, I'm going to take my left hand on the leg and let that right arm reach up, looking down towards the ankle. Ooh, great side stretch. Pass through the center and then the other way. Pass through the center. I'm going to let my hips push over for a little more of a stretch. It's up to you. If you take your body off center there, just be sure the core muscles are engaged, your feet are still firmly planted. One more time. All the way up, hands together. We forward fold, right down the center. Soften your knees. Here's where we halfway rise. Shoulder blades squeeze, belly comes in. Let's extend the hands to the back, palms to the ground. Knuckles to the ceiling, and circle sweep. Just quickly through chair pose, all the way up. Breathing deep. Reach a little higher to the top shelf, and then release back down. Beautiful. All right, let's shake out, grab a drink. Let's move around to the back. Keep going. Teresa, are you doing all right there? Oh, can y'all see this out here?
Yes, it was so cute.
Oh my gosh. I actually had a friend of mine who used to teach a yoga class with them too. Not heard of. Oh, that's so fun. Get some technique out there. No, it's cute.
We were doing this and we were
They were too. Oh my gosh, I
I'm
just
doing
love
it
it.
with the
It's
kids.
wonderful. Oh, tree pose. Oh my gosh. How sweet is that? Isn't that great?
They do it better than I can.
Love it. Love it. All right, come into downward facing dog. Step on back. Lay your fingers out if you're comfortable. Give them a little wiggle. And then see if you can find some length in the side body. So maybe turn your tailbone towards the back corner of your imaginary box. Get a little stretch down one side. And then turn the tailbone to the other side. Come back to the center. Bend the knees, tuck the tailbone underneath you, and scoop the belly. You're going to walk into the chair and kind of roll up at the same time. All the way up. Give your shoulder rolls around, all the way down. Very nice. Let's step that right foot back and put the heel into the ground all the way back. And then if you can come away from the chair, great. You need to get it close to you. I haven't taken a big step. It's just a small one. But I have both of my feet on the ground. And toes are facing straight ahead. My back toes turned out a little bit. But I want to get a nice stretch in this hip flexor here in the front. All right, so let that tailbone draw downward. Draw downward towards the earth right here. And you'll feel a really nice stretch here. We're just going to take the hands around to the back. And this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go from the wrist to maybe creep my hands up towards the center of my back here. So you decide how far you want to go. And we can just hold this for a minute. Tailbone drawing to the ground. Toes are working firmly to keep yourself planted. Breathing deep. And then let's just try this. See if we can rock forward. Sit back and lift that front toe. All right? Now, if you need the chair, please take one hand on it. But we really have to focus on balance here as we take one part of our foot away from the earth. And back. One more time. And back. All right, so from this position, shoulders back, I'm going to put a little bend in the front knee and just hinge towards the chair. And then use the toes in the front, push right back up. And with the arms in this position, it's kind of hard to round, and that's a good thing because I want you to keep the heart. You're leading your way to the chair with your heart. And then push back up. I do have a little bend in my front knee, and I'm just going to where I get that great stretch in the back of the leg. Hinging forward, coming right back up. One more time. Hinge forward. From where you are with that back foot, hands on the chair, step the other one back. Let's take some cat and cow. Eyes up, heart forward. Exhale, round the spine. And again, breathe into the heart space here. And then exhale. Use the rib cage to exhale and squeeze that breath out. Again, inhale into the heart. Exhale. Let's take one more, then we're going to reverse that breath. Exhale. Now right here, I want you to breathe into the back ribs. And then exhale as you come forward. Inhale into the back ribs. Exhale. So a little switch here. Makes you focus on the breath. And exhale. Okay, let's take the right foot forward. And take the very same thing. Coming away from the chair if you can. Getting a really great stretch here in this hip flexor so that tailbone's drawing to the ground. And then arms out, palms to the back, and we're going to reach around. You can grab the wrists, the hands, or maybe make your way to the elbows. And then shoulders back, lifting the heart. Yeah. Let's focus on this movement. We're going to lift that back heel. And then we're going to drop the heel and lift the toe in the front. So we're working through a little bit of balance. Yeah, you need a hand on the chair. This works for me. And again. One more time. All right. So both feet flat on the ground. Toes are important here. Tailbone to the ground. We're simply going to hinge at the hip. Heart moving towards the chair. Drop one hand to the chair or both hands if you need it. And then push using those front toes all the way back up. Crown of the head to the ceiling. I'm not rounding the spine at all. I'm leading with the heart. Yes. Don't let your forehead drop below your heart here. I'm going to keep it all in alignment. And again. A lot of work on those hamstrings. They get a great stretch. They get a great workout here. One more time. Push all the way back up. Nice. Release, step out, and just give your arms a little bit of a shake. Side to side. It's a lot of work on the shoulders, but very good. Bless you. God bless you. Hands on the chair. That was the cutest sneeze.
Nobody's described it as cute.
It's cute. It's cute. And fingers forward. Get that wonderful stretch down the sides of the body. Any movement you need that helps that. Maybe bending one knee, maybe the other. Works for me. And then bring the hands back to the thigh muscles. We shall reverse swan dive all the way back up. Reach to the ceiling, take the gaze upward, forward fold. Here's that nice halfway rise. Squeezing the shoulder blades, and then circle sweep. Rise up. Lovely. All the way down. All right, grab a drink of water. We'll move into some warrior postures, and maybe check out what the kids are doing. Fun. Okay. So come to mountain pose right at the edge of your chair, so you have it handy for balance if you need it. And then wherever your feet are right here, heels under the sit bones, what I'm going to ask you to do is an eighth of an inch, a quarter of an inch, lift one heel out just a little bit and then the other. All right, just ever so slightly. Push the feet down into the earth, and by taking that little bit of a lift of your heels, it helps open up that low back space, so just a little bit. So instead of the feet being in this position, the toes are in ever so slightly. So not here, just ever so slightly. And then press the feet into the earth, and that low back will open up just a little bit more. All right. Mountain pose. Close your eyes if you're comfortable. Draw your hands to the chair for a little balance. Take that nice deep breath in. We're going to let that right heel leave the earth. A little transfer in the weight. And then back it goes. Toe ball heel goes down. It's pushing out to the side. Circle sweep the arms up, rising up into warrior one. You can lift the shoulders for a second, but then I want you to drop them. All right. And let's turn the palms out here just a little. And that's also going to remind you to bring the heart forward just a little bit. Yeah, warrior one. Beautiful. All right. Right hand on the chair, left hand in the pocket, in the back pocket. Hinge forward just a little bit so you have this long line now. From the crown of the head to the tailbone, to the heel. Breathe, looking towards that left wall for a little rotation. And then look back to the chair. Come back up to warrior one. Deep breath in. Reach to the ceiling, step that back foot in. And let's go the other side, same thing. Lifting up, toe ball heel, warrior one. Shoulders up, shoulders down, ribs and hips connected here as well. Yeah, so you feel extremely strong. Legs are strong, core muscles are really working hard here. All right, we're gonna circle sweep down. I'm not sure we did that. Where's my head? I don't know. Palms out. Elbows back just a little bit. Ooh, heart moves forward a little more into this. All right, left hand on the chair, right hand into your back pocket. And then go ahead and drop that left shoulder towards the chair, and that's gonna get that back in a nice alignment with the heel, with the leg in the back. Hand in the pocket. Nice. All right, look back to the chair, circle sweep the arms up. Beautiful warrior one again. Connect the shoulders, the ribs together, shoulders come down. Push that back heel into the ground. Push that back baby toe into the ground. Yeah, we're gonna circle sweep the arms, step both feet together. Reach to the ceiling. And step back so you don't hit your head. We take a forward fold and a halfway rise. And circle sweep. All right. From here, let's circle sweep and come into chair pose. Tailbone back. Reach up. Circle sweep into chair pose. Tailbone goes back. Yeah. And up. One more time. Circle sweep into chair pose. Tailbone goes back. Lovely. Can we deepen a little bit? Lifting up nice and tall. Turn to the right. Let the arms float down. Look down towards that leg. Arms up. Turn to the left. Look down towards that hip, that leg. And all the way up. All right, let's step the feet out wide and turn the toes towards the diagonal of your imaginary box. And you've got space here in front. We're going to take some sunflowers. Okay, so there's space between you and the chair. And then star pose. Shoulders, they need to drop. Hips, they need to connect to the ribs. Yeah, squeezing the glutes here. Little micro bend in the knees. The toes are doing the work, and you are in beautiful star pose. And ain't nothing going to knock you over. Because you're awful strong here. All right, forward fold, let the fingertips touch down low, and then coming up, let the fingertips touch up high. That chair is there if you need one hand on it. It's all right. You need two hands on it. It's just going to be a plie with the hinge of the hip. All right, and that's okay too. All right. By taking the gaze up and down, it adds a little balance feature to it here. One more time. All the way up. Let's leave the arms up and see if we can get the feet in warrior two. So I'm going to turn the right toe to the front, the left toe to the left wall, and land in warrior two. Beautiful. This knee comes over the ankle. That leg is straight. Shoulder blades draw together and down your back. All right. So head over, heart over pelvis. I say don't be anxious. In other words, don't head this way. All right. Keep the ribs right over the hips. You'll feel a nice inner thigh stretch when that happens, and if that's too much, bring that back foot in, okay? You want to keep this knee over the ankle, so bring the back foot in if that stretch is too much right there. Deep breath in, arms up, arms down. Now inhale, straighten that front leg. Exhale, find warrior two, over your head. Find warrior two, inhale. Exhale, warrior two, inhale. One more time. Exhale and inhale. Okay, drop that right hand. Come into peaceful warrior, sun warrior. And turn the gaze towards the hand here. Now watch that this right hip hasn't popped up. Keep that right hip down. All right. And lifting. Find length somewhere. Maybe it's this back leg. Maybe it's your torso. Maybe it's your neck, maybe it's your arm, maybe it's your fingers, but find some good length that you're working on. All right, back to warrior two. Head over, heart over pelvis. We're going to slide, rest the wrist, reach to the ceiling. Good morning, Diane. I think there is a chair right there. Yeah? Oh, there's one there too. Okay, great. And then turn the gaze towards the front of you, maybe towards the arm. We're in this beautiful extended angle. A couple of choices here. You can stay right here, hand over elbow over shoulder, or let it float towards the side of your face. All right. Without coming forward, bring the heart forward. And then one more piece if you'd like. Let's see if we want to reach this hand forward. Send the energy out both hands here. Those abdominal muscles are really fired on here. Breathing deep. All the way back up. Find warrior two. Yep. Hands to the heart. Turn the toes. And we switch to the other side. into that knee. That toe's facing the left wall, right wall. You need to bring it in a little bit. That's okay. I understand. That's okay. And arms out. Warrior two. Okay. Inhale. Exhale. Warrior two. Find it. Hold it. Arms up. And down. Here we go. Breathe. Exhale. Find it. Hold it. And down. One more time. Find it. Hold it. And up. We drop that left hand, look towards that arm, maybe lift the heart and the gaze. All right, so as that arm goes up, as the gaze goes up, notice how your heart will go up. This back hand can be on the chair, your thigh, or maybe tucked into your back right pocket. Splay your fingers. Find some length somewhere in the body. Maybe it's the spine, maybe it's the arm. Maybe it's that back leg that's been bent. Breathe. Deepest breath you've taken. And exhale, let's come back to warrior two. There it is, beautiful. Slide, rest, wrist, or use the chair and reach skyward. Lovely. Yeah. And from here, maybe turn the gaze. I'm going to let this arm float towards the side of my face just a little bit, and I have this long line from the fingertip to the heel on the left foot now. Really, really nice. Again, find some length somewhere. Let's not wimp out with this arm. It can be here, it can be here, but let's not wimp out on it. I don't know if that's a word. All right, coming right back to our warrior two. Toes to the front, hands to the heart. Just let the shoulders relax. Just come into this wide standing mountain pose for a moment. Toes are facing the front. You've got the outside edge of your feet pressing into the ground, but don't forget the big toe mound as well. So just like when we're in mountain pose, all parts of the feet on the ground, same thing when we're in this wide standing mountain pose. It's a little more work, yep. But isn't that why you're here? All right, deep breath. Clap. And bring them in. Walk, step, jump your feet in, whatever. Downward facing dog. Step on back. Nice. Breathe. All right, taking the gaze over the chair. I'm going to step the right foot in and back, and I'm going to keep that left heel up for a moment here as we come into our high lunge. So pulling away from the chair, straight leg in the back. It's not locked, but it's really straight. Reaching to the seat. And if you need to bring it in order to get it straight, that works okay. You can use one hand on the chair or both arms up. High lunge, it's definitely balance here. Yeah, beautiful. Feeling a nice stretching through that left quadricep muscle. Now hinge forward. I put a beach ball back behind, and you're going to catch it right there, and then slide it down. Catch it right there and slide it down towards the heel as the heart moves forward. Again, find length somewhere, all right? Long neck, long arms, long torso, whatever works. All right, I'm going to take my right hand back to the chair. Drop that left heel. And windmill that left arm around, and here we come back. We're going to come into triangle pose. So both legs are straight. Everything's looking to that left wall right there. And thank you. Did they find? Oh yeah, they got somebody at the door. Okay. So straight legs here. Left toe facing the left wall. Right toe facing the chair. It's coming right in between the two legs of the chair. If you need to turn it to one of the legs of the chair, it's okay. It's all right. And coming into triangle pose. So without looking towards the two-piece fingers right now, I just want you to reach that hand over the chair to me and then look towards the two-piece fingers. Yeah, go ahead and find the chair if you need it. Let that left arm reach skyward. You can use the chair or use the leg, but just touching, okay? Coming forward, but you don't want to put weight on that knee, on that joint, okay? And then if you're looking to the ground, look towards the left wall. And then maybe look a little more skyward, but don't look at me because that means you're cranking your head back. All right, lovely. Triangle pose. Straight legs for the most part. I know you're probably working on that, that's okay. Breathing deep. All right, let's lift back up. And you can use the hand on the chair to get you right back up. Drop that back hand. And as we come into our Sky Archer, thank you, I always forget it. You may simply take the gaze up if you've got the hand on the chair, or allow that arm to come up. Who's that wee small voice in the back corner? Thank you, Paul. Oh, Sky Archer. Now, just take a little wiggle in your tailbone here and your hips. What I want you to do is turn that tailbone right to the ground, all right? For me, it's gonna wanna tip back, but I have to point it towards the ground, and then you firm up those legs and keep that tailbone pointing to the ground. Beautiful. All right, windmill both arms back, step back to downward facing dog. And we'll attempt the other side. All right. Very good. So first we come into our high lunge, and then we go into triangle pose, and then we go into Sky Archer. All right, take the gaze over the chair, step in on the left foot, and keep that right toe lifted and back. It's almost like you're pushing on the grocery cart here. And then we're gonna come away from the chair if you can, one hand nearby, it's okay. Back leg is straight, it's not locked, but it's pretty darn straight. And breathe. Firm up those abdominal muscles. Imagine you're squeezing the inner thighs together. That will help this a little bit. Breathing deep. Feeling extremely statuesque. Love it. Okay, left hand down, right heel down, and we turn to the right wall. And this is when both legs straighten. I want you to notice that that left toe is coming between the chair. Maybe it's going a little towards the right leg of the chair. That's okay too. All right, arms out. And you are looking to the right wall first. Okay, now as you hinge and let those left fingers reach forward to me, right to the front of the room, right over the chair, windmill the arms. You can use the chair if you'd like it. Let that left arm reach skyward. I'm still looking to the right wall, so don't look to me just yet, all right? Yeah, and then maybe make this a little bit deeper by releasing the chair, fingertips to the ground. Use the handle, whatever feels good. You should really windmill into this. Maybe turn the gaze a little more skyward. My legs are really strong, so fire on those quadricep muscles in your legs. Wow, it looks amazing, everyone. Nice. Just resting the fingers there. The first inkling is to put your weight into that hand, but just let those fingers rest there. Breathing. And think about the tailbone. It should be pointing now to the inner thigh on the right leg. What? She says. Breathe. All right, so you can use the hand on the chair. Let's push all the way back up, keeping those legs straight again. We're going to come into Sky Archer. Maybe it's just a lift on the gaze. Maybe that arm comes up. And now that tailbone needs to draw right to the ground. You can give your hips a little bit of a wiggle side to side, and then find that position where their tailbone is going right to the ground. Firm that up by firing on those leg muscles then. And let it hold you firmly. Another breath. All right, let's windmill that back arm around and back to the chair. Stepping back. One more breath. Bend the knees, hands back on the thigh muscles. Let's reverse swan leg all the way back up. Come right down the center. Halfway rise. Heart moves towards the chair. You look at the back of the chair, and here's that circle sweep. Come into chair pose. So be sure you can still see your toes as you bend your knees here. They're not forward. If they are, you need to push your hips back a little bit as you reach in the opposite direction. Yeah. Pull the shoulders back too. Yeah. Turn the tailbone a little more towards the ground. Take that rounding out of the upper back. Yeah. And slowly lift up. Nice and tall. Little upward salute. Reach whatever you have, imaginary thing you have in your hand, into that top shelf, and then open down. All right, let's take this little chest expansion here. Slide hands into the back pocket, point the elbows to the back. We'll take this version of camel pose, and then lifting the gaze. Let the shoulders draw together and draw down your back. You may want to slide the hands down a little bit deeper into your pockets. All right, release, a little shake out. And just into mountain pose. And we're going to come into our tree pose since the kids did today too. So let that right heel leave the earth, and here's our sapling pose. The heel is right there, or go ahead and let it slide up the leg. And I'm sure this isn't turned all the way out because everything turns out then. So I want you to keep the hips facing straight ahead, and wherever that knee lands is fine. Find some balance if you can. Use the chair if you need to for one hand or two hands. Or lift. Now I want you to think about this little rush of wind that's coming up, and it's going to lift up that front body and come down the back body. One more breath. All right, slowly moving out of this. We're going to transfer the weight to the other side. Let's see if we can go right to it. Travel through that sapling pose, up to the calf muscle, up to the thigh. Knock yourself out if you'd like. Not over, just, yeah. Okay, and maybe find balance. Find your own tree pose, and everybody's got something different, and that's the good thing, is you all know what it is, right? Shoulders are down. And here's that little rush of wind that's going to lift that front body and ground that back body. The mountain pose here. Actually, let's step back from the chair just a little bit. Coming to mountain pose. The palms are going to press forward. We're going to take a little Pilates piece right here. All right. So turn your hands towards your thigh muscles. I'm going to get this out of the way and turn sideways. First for the camera, and then you'll see it. Okay, what I'm going to do is take a nice deep breath in, lift the heart. And then, like when we do when we're sitting, imagine you've got this big beach ball here. You're going to round over the upper body, but my fingers are only going to make it above my kneecaps. Breathe into the back ribs, scoop of the belly, and exhale, come right back up. Lift the heart, let the shoulders draw back. Inhale, exhale, navel towards the spine. So I'm not hinging at the hips at all. Take another deep breath into the back ribs. And exhale, come back up. Inhale, breathe into this heart space. Exhale. Inhale into the back ribs. Exhale. Now, if we were really Pilates style, we would add this Pilates breath, which is in through the nose and exhale through these pursed lips. All right. What that does is that fires on the intercostal muscles, so it's almost like you're going to mechanically squeeze the breath out. So let's just try that 2 times. This is, I would say, implies the 2-cycle breath, all right? Here's the inhale through the nose. Exhale through those pursed lips. Take that inhale. Exhale, come back up. Squeezing the rib cage. All right, shake out. Very nice. Pilates class tomorrow at 11 o'clock in the chapel. And don't everybody come, because there's not enough room. All righty, let's sit back down. Grab a drink of water, please. I've been teaching yoga for a long time, and when I started teaching Pilates, I didn't think I was going to like it because the breath was so very different. And it is, but it's a functional breath. It is mechanically squeezing that breath out. So you get an extra bonus on your core muscles by using the intercostal muscles. Okay, we stretch the legs. Deep breath in. Now, exhale. Let's just extend that leg out. Now, two choices. You can lift up here, you can keep it here. Your choice. If you want to get a little deeper stretch in through that hamstring muscle, you're going to extend it, maybe lift it up a little higher, and it's going to make its way over here. All right? You're just getting over there. And then now you can support this leg if that feels better. You can open it up if you've been told not to cross the midline. Don't do this. All right? Keeping that foot flexed. The next piece right here is to let that low back press forward. You can always put the foot down on the ground too. But as you press that low back forward, that gets that nice tall spine again. And that's what's really key to this, more so than however you hold your leg. It's about getting that back straight. A little extra bonus here means you are going to hinge at the hip and let the heart come forward. That's a little extra tension, a little different sensation, but work where you're comfortable. If it's too much for you, simply sit and breathe. And then while you're in this position, readjust and find that length in your spine. We tend to find this rounding forward, which takes that stretch away. So let the shoulder heads or broaden the collarbones as you hinge. All right, we'll cross this leg up and over. Down on the ground is still fine. Let's take that left arm out, deep breath in, and then I'm going to reach it back to my neighbor behind me. And then go ahead and let it fall down wherever you are. And I'm looking over the shoulder here in this lovely twist. I tend to want to lift up on my right sit bone, so I need to be sure I've got both hip bones pressed firmly into the seat, and I'm growing my spine out of my hips. And slowly come back to the front. We uncross. Give that spine a moment to come back. Let's take the other side. So we're going to lift from here. Now, your choice. You want a little deeper stretch, whatever you want. We're just getting a little stretch down the back of the leg. The knee can be coming in. And is this archer pose right here? If I grab hold of my leg, my outside of my foot, can you see me, Paul?
It's seated in the foot pose.
Which goes into that lovely other stretch too. Okay, so here we go. No. Crossing it over. Oh, we're going to take this preform stretch versus figure 4. Put that left foot, right foot right underneath the right knee. You can hold it up if that feels better, or open. But then press that low back forward. Even if you're seated there, without doing anything, let that low back forward and find that length. You want a little more hinge at the hip, not the shoulder blades. All right, not the crown of the head coming forward. The heart's moving forward. Doesn't take much, and you'll feel a little deeper stretch. So work where you're comfortable. Work into a little bit of tension if you like that. It's up to you. This foot is staying flexed. And then use your breath. Use that exhale to see if you can let everything relax. All the way back up. Let that leg cross over, or on the ground is just fine. Left arm reaches right to the ceiling. Some nice side stretch here. Reach back like you're going to shake your neighbor's hand, and then go ahead and let it fall down. And let's notice that you're even on both sit bones there. Go ahead and let the arms relax. You're looking towards the left wall, maybe over the left shoulder, but you find that range for your neck that works too. Pulling that belly in is going to fire on those abdominal muscles, and they're going to help you stay in this twist. All right, slowly come back to the front and cross the legs. Let's take them a little bit wider. We'll take one and we'll round the world here. So one last movement here. Switch and go the other direction a couple of times. huge beach ball right here in front. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, scoop that belly and round over it. Now stay here. Take a nice deep breath into the back ribs. Lift them to the ceiling. Belly pulled in, and then scoop the belly. Roll back up nice and slow. Hands at the crease of the hip. Lift the heart. And walk your feet back in. Push yourself on back. Hips out in front. Like you're walking up the wall on your flat feet. And then 3/4 point. And then you're tiptoeing up the wall. Or ballet dancing. Yeah. And then here. Clap the heels together. Take the toes out. You take a little movement for the wrists right here. Bring the thumb up. You can put the feet down, everyone. Thumb up and thumb down. All right, up and down. So a little thumb action right here. Just up and down. All right, we're going to take one hand at a time. If you need to grab hold to move that in and touch that, the base of the little finger, go ahead and do that. But if you can do it without using that, it's like the Girl Scout thing, huh? On my honor, yeah. So into the thumb and back out again. A little bit of work. Hands. This is thumb work. Let's take the other side. If you don't need to use a hand to do that, don't. But you're certainly welcome to do that too as well. And if there's pain in this, just move to that spot and then stop and repeat it again. One more time. All right. And just for fun. Da, 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 and then this. Okay, sit on back in the back of your chair. Tuck the shoulders underneath. Let that heart lift a little bit. It's going to lift your mood. And now remember, we started with that one word piece, right? If you have one word to carry through the rest of the day now, let's move to hope, all right? Let hope be the word for the day. With that sense of hopefulness, maybe comes a little joy. So let's let the corners of your mouth draw up towards the earlobes. A little smile. Big breath in. Big breath out. Wiggle your fingers. Hands together at your heart, dropping your chin to your chest. For where there is hope and much joy, there will always be miracles. Namaste. Wow, nice work, ladies, gentlemen. Beautiful. Let's see, Wednesday regular class, huh? See you then. This is not the second week anymore. Thank you.
Nine o'clock.
Great.
9 o'clock.